that time of year again. Everybody is getting ready for their Christmas holiday parties. So sorry about my bed. I am also I got my nails done, so I feel sassy. Check those out. Oh, come on. Isn't that pretty? So I'm multitasking. I just got the bathroom cleaned. We're going to get to work here, and we're going to do a little Christmas makeup look. So my goal is to show you, if I was going to take this Christmas look from day to night. My little one peeked his head in and then promptly slowly backed up and shut the door. Okay, let me get another drink. Daddy's mad. Okay, so let's start. Let's go ahead and prime. I want this to have a chance to kind of set in for me for the holidays. Number one, I'm loading the kids up. We're loading presents up. We're going to other people's houses. I'm going to be hot. So therefore, my cheeks are going to be red. So Stila, Stay All Day Correct Kitten. We're going to pop that on the cheeks and the chin. So I'm just going to pop the tiniest bit of lotion under my nose. My nose is having a little bit of trouble here. And my chin, like this little area right here where I'm always rubbing because I wipe my nose. Okay, so let's go ahead. I actually am just going to pop on a brow. I am going to use my Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil and then my e.l.f. clear brow gel to set. So I'm going to turn on some Christmas music, which unfortunately you won't get to enjoy because of copyright. So enjoy this non-copyright Christmas music. Let's move into eye primer. We're just going to go in with good old trusted Milani. And if you can't tell, I'm really into the green and gold. So we're actually going to do a green and gold eyeshadow look. Don't worry, we'll work in some red. So I have just a couple palettes here. I don't know exactly which one I'm going to use. We're going to be working from Profusion's Emeralds palette, the Good as Gold palette from Colourpop, and if needed, the Fade Into You palette, because we've got like this really pretty gold shimmer, and we've got some of these greens we can also work with. Let me do the look on one side so I have like a thought process, and then I will show you how I did it on the other side. Okay, so here's what we're working with. This looks patchy on camera for some reason, but then in real life it doesn't, so I don't know what that deal is, but we're going with this gold to green to brown, and this is going to be kind of our daytime look. Now I will be honest, I'm not super thrilled with this green color at the moment. It's not quite the shade I want, but I can't really find the dark green that I want, so we're just going to work with it because we're going to change it up a little bit here in a minute. So let me show you what I did. I started with State of Mind from this Good as Gold palette, and you don't have to have these exact eyeshadow palettes. If you have something that has these similar shades, that'll work great. So I just started by putting this kind of all over, kind of up high, and then bringing it over here, kind of going ahead and making that triangle shape, and voila. So then I took this shader brush and I dipped into this very rich dark brown, which is Bold Rush. And I'm just going to take that a little bit lower and mimic that same shape. So over and triangle. And then I'm just really going to kind of buff that out for a minute. Make sure it's really well blended. Then I just took a little bit of that State of Mind, went back over it and blended out the edge. See, again, it's looking really patchy on camera, but in person it looks fine. I don't know. I thought. Okay, so now we're going to do a cut crease. Fast forward. with, again, the Gold Rush palette. And I am taking some of this shade Gold Star. I'm going to put it on a very small flat shader brush, and I'm actually going to wet it just to decrease fallout and increase pigmentation. And we're going to take that on the first third of where, that's not a mirror, of where we created the cut crease. And I actually do like use the edge. I'll dip the edge in and use that to draw on the edge. And then I'll fill the rest in with the side of the flat shader brush. So there's that. Then I just took another flat shader brush. I ended up taking the Fade Into You palette. Again, I'm not crazy about this green, but it'll work. And I just tapped into a little bit of Bold Type and Dyed Up. Like, just a swipe of both. Because I didn't like either on its own. I don't really like them together either, but we're just going to make it work. And again, to get kind of that crisp. See, look at that. What is that? You can like see. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm going to take the edge of my brush and just kind of trace that top part of the cut crease. And then for the outer corner, I'm going to take this shader brush again, and I'm going to tap into a little bit of Bold Rush, and let's do it. So a little bit of black, but more brown, and just fill in this outer corner. Nope, that's the wrong brush. What brush did I use? There it is. This smaller little brush. So a little black, more brown, and finish filling in the eyelid and create that kind of triangle shape with this brush. Then I'm going to take this brush and just blend it out just a little bit on the edge. And then to blend it, I just take my finger. I tapped into just a little bit of Bold Type. Go over the brown. And then I took just a little bit of Gold Star on my finger and blend over the green. Or in between the green, I should say. And there we go. So let's go ahead and take these off and see what we're working with. Not too shabby, not too shabby. This side actually, for a daytime eyeshadow look, you could leave this. You could put on some mascara. You could do a black liner. You could do a brown liner. A brown liner would actually be really good for daytime. It's going to soften the look a little bit. Not make it so harsh. It's like still glamorous, but and holiday, but like a brown liner would make it just a little bit less. You know what I mean? But what I'm going to do now is show you how I would vamp this up and take it to a nighttime look. Also, I know I don't have my face makeup on, but that's because I want to do some more eyeshadow. What I would do for daytime is pair this with a nude lip. So a really good one would be this Milani, their new Fetish matte. This is in 430 Secret. So pair it with a matte. Don't forget, put on some mascara. And you have a little bit like of a holiday eye look. And then for evening, if you want to really be bold, you could pair it with a red. So this is the L'Oreal, I don't even know what. This is in the shade Be Powerful 312. Honestly, this could even be a really nice option for daytime because it is more of a creamy red. If you blot it down a little bit, that could be a nice option for daytime as well. But then for nighttime, you're going to want something that's going to last through food or whatever you're doing. So the Maybelline Superstay Ink Matte Ink Liquid Lips would be a good option. The shade I have right here is in Pioneer. And you're going to want to do this with a lip liner for sure. Am I? No. This is a really nice blue-based red. Let me show you a really good matte lip that is more of a... that's more of an orange-based red. So like I said, the matte ink in Pioneer is definitely a blue-based red. Can you see it kind of has like a purpley blue undertone? This one is from Flower Beauty. It is their Miracle Matte Lip in Scarlet Letter. This is much more of an orange-based red. So depending on which type of red you need, here are two really nice matte liquid lips that would go well for evening time for the holiday celebrations. So again, we have the Maybelline Pioneer Blue Based and the Flower Beauty Scarlet Letter, which is more orange. Okay, so now let's spice up the eyes, and let's say we're going to take it from daytime to nighttime. So the first thing I'm going to do is add actually glitter to the green. So I'm going to take a little bit of my NYX glitter glue and pop that right on the green. So then I'm going to take from the Fade Into You palette this shade called Haute, H-A-U-T-E. I'm going to take it on a flat shader brush and place it on top of the matte green that we just did. I'm also going to spray it as well. I love it. Okay, so that's one step. The next step is winged eyeliner. We're going to go black, we're going to go matte, and we're going to go dramatic. For my eyeliner, I am using the Revolution Makeup. Is this the liner? I don't know what this is. The Flick liner? I can't even remember. It's a really nice matte. I don't know what type of tip that is. It works good though. I was enjoying using this one from Ulta, the WandaVision that had the stamp. Unfortunately though, my stamp on the right side, the top of it, has like dried out and it doesn't want to stamp anymore, so it kind of defeats the purpose. So I think I'm going to actually have to get rid of that. So I've just been doing my best at freeballing a liner. We're just going to go with it, okay? We're going to make it work. Okay, they're not sisters, they're not cousins, but they're going to work. We're going to keep going. Okay, so obviously the next step would be to add a lash. So let me grab a lash. Oh boy, that took way longer than it should have. Apparently I like hulked out and tore the first pair I wanted, and then the second pair refused to stick on the inner corner. So finally, we've got these falsies from Colourpop in Chicka on. Alright, so let's move on to face. I'm going to put a little bit of this hydratouch NYX primer under my eyes because if you have to wear a mask, or if you're like me and you just get hot and sweat, I am going to go more matte, full glam to increase the chances of my makeup lasting me through the night. So let's move on. So I'm going to do the technique that I've been doing a lot recently. I put the concealer, the foundation, and the beginning of my bronzer all at once. So I'm using the Colourpop Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. Once I go in with, I was going to do matte, but by the time I go in with powder, I really think this is probably the better choice for me. And then I'm going to go in with the Fenty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer and Butta Biscuit. I actually had been using the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer, but this is in Honey Drip, and I feel like it's a little bit too warm. I did order this in Tan Lines, I think, which I think is going to be more of a contour shade, so we are going to go ahead and use this today. But like I said, I am going to be trying out the Putty Bronzer in the more contoury shade. So let's go ahead and put this on. When I do my contour, you see, like, you can kind of see that indent. I usually take it, like, right above there. And then when I blend it, I always blend upwards. And then in the sparse places, we'll put a little bit of foundation. I'm going to use the CoverGirl Trublend Matte Made Foundation. This is in L15. Everything will be linked down below. So if I haven't said something, don't stress. It'll be... Okay, let's put it here. Let's put it here. Okay, so now that we have all that placed, I'm going to spray with some Wet n Wild. Just in case anything's been setting a little too long and has dried down. I'm going to take my... I've got a mess down here. I'm going to take my sponge, wet it a little bit, and blend this out. And there it is. It blends out so fast. I love it. I love this method. It looks great. Okay, so let's go in with cheeks. I'm going to take some of this. This is the e.l.f. Putty Blush in Caribbean. Yeah. Okay, and I'm going to take a little bit of that and do some blush. If I can find my brush. Where's my little... Okay, we're going in with this e.l.f. Jelly Pop stippling brush. Take a little bit of this shade. I like my eyeshadow. I like this blush because even using this stippling brush, it doesn't disturb your makeup underneath. Okay, now I'm going to take my sponge, just tap over it. I think I'm going to even do what I've seen that girl doing on TikTok. And then, okay, so then I am going to set my face with my NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop powder. And I just take this. Oh my gosh. These nails, I love them, but man, I feel a little incapacitated with them. Well, friends, we might have to do a different powder. There we go. Resourceful. That's what we are. Resourceful. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of this under my eyes. And take it. Okay. Then I'm going to set my bronzer. I think I'm going to go cool toned. Well, no, I'll go warm because this brown's kind of warm. So we'll set it this time with the NYX Matte Bronzer in light. Okay. Set that cream bronzer we went in with. Alright, then because we are going night, I'm going to do just the tiniest bit of contour. I'm going to take my powder from KVD. I'm going to take a fan brush. Alright. There is that. Now let's do some highlight. I am going to use this one from Milani. It's a newer discovery, but man, ever since I found it, I keep pulling it back out. This is, oh, it's over here. This is the Highlighter Duo Cream and Powder in Supercharged 110. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to take my finger in some of the cream and just swipe it a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit down the center of my nose. And I actually just take my pinky, plop some right there in the corner for inner corner highlight, and we'll finish the lower lash line here in just a second. Now what I want to do is take a brush. I'm going to go into the other side and just put a little bit of that right on top. And there's highlighter. Okay, so let's give a little spritz. And I mean, you could go as heavy as you want on the highlighter, especially the night highlighter. Like, again, that's another way you can kind of transition, is to just do the cream. And then when you want to add a little bit more bling later that night, tap over it with the powder. It'll amp up the look a little bit. I don't know where the lid to this one. There it is. Okay, so let's finish the lower lash line. We're going to mirror what we did on top. So I'm going to take this tiny little brush, dip into some of that brown called Bold Rush from the ColourPop palette, and just run that right here on the outer third. Then I'm going to go in the middle. I'm going to go straight into that glitter shade. Why not? Normally I wouldn't put glitter on the bottom, but I'm going to tip into the shade Hot and just a smidge of Bold Type. And then I'm going to tap into a little bit of Gold Star. Maybe put a little bit of 24 karat right there. Pretty. Okay, so there's eyeshadow. Let's pop on some lower lash mascara. I have stopped using the Maybelline Lash Sensation on my bottom lashes because every time I do, I notice that I get a little bit of smudging. I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Revlon So Fierce mascara. Alright, and so here we have my little holiday makeup look, kind of a day to night transition. So let me know what you think. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday, and thank you for watching this video. I hope you will like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.